Hello again and welcome to another trading week. Well, this is going to be an exciting trading week. In fact, I couldn't wait for the week to commence, for the market to open, so we can begin to search for trading opportunities. So without wasting much of your time, I am going to very quickly review some pairs that we have looked into before, and also take a few more new pairs, and so we know the directional biases we are going to be concentrating in this week. Okay, all right. Last week was quite a bit of a difficult week, not the best for us, but at any rate we are very optimistic that the future is much more brighter than we think. Now, what happened last week in majority of the pairs, in fact, as you can see this current chart right now, that's exactly what happened in most of the pairs. Sideways bias, where some of them actually moved, they did so in straight movement, all right, in straight movement, and so it was difficult to find the valid entries. Well, for this upcoming trading week, we are sure that we'll be seeing some better price action for us to trade. Now let's look into the Forex Factory economical calendar to see those high impact news announcements that are scheduled for this upcoming trading week. Remember, for us, we pay attention to the high impact news announcement much more than all other medium and low impact news announcements. All right, these are the ones that move the market the most and can violate especially the intraday setups. And so as you can see, this is going to be a very busy trading week, as we have all of these high impact news announcements lined up for the week. Okay, heavyweight of all of these high impact news announcements are the interest rate announcements coming from the Canadian dollar axis. Okay, we also have the FOMC statement, federal funds rate. Okay, very heavyweight news announcement on the American dollar and the Canadian dollar. Well, you want to keep all of these high impact news announcements on your radar. Make sure you take note of the news release time according to your time zone and their days. All right, you want to take note of them. At that time, price usually spike or go violent. Okay, you can set your time by clicking on the time right here. To set it to reflect your time zone, you can click on the hour. Okay, just click on that time and proceed with the settings. This is forexfactory.com. all right, now let's look into the charts very quickly to see what we are looking at in the pairs. The Canadian dollar against Japanese yen. I just want to review what happened after our former review. Remember, we had looked into this pair before, where we talked about the possibility of an expanding triangle. Okay, and we did mention that this is a level of resistance that we should be looking for short opportunities. Well, for us, we caught a few profitable opportunities around that area. We caught a few of them, but price again was quite tricky. You can see how it just kept pushing until Friday last week before we saw that push to the downside. All right, waited until Friday before the move. Now this pair, the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen, is absolutely bearish, and we will be all over this pair looking for short opportunities. This is not a call for you to go to hit on your sell button. It is not a signal. All right, it's just an analysis. For us, we will want to see some specific price action before we take our entry, and of course, when we take the entries, we let those in our VIP signal channel know when we have taken the entry and how we manage the trade until we close it out completely. Okay, so for your information, for the sake of this review, our directional bias in this pair, the Canadian dollar against Japanese yen, is to the downside. We are bearish and we will keep searching for only short opportunities. All right, the Australian dollar against the New Zealand dollar. Well, here we analyzed this pair again previously, where we talked about this area as being a potential resistance zone. Okay, but last week we got that news announcement. There was a news announcement from the Australian axis. Okay, and that news announcement spiked price above that level, that potential level of resistance. Okay, price for last week closed above that level of resistance. Well, it is not over yet, although it closed above the level of resistance, but we still need more price action to confirm if this breakout is a real breakout or it's going to be a fake breakout. Okay, so by the end of this week we should be able to know if price returns back down by the end of this week, all right, and closes like something like that. Of course, you will simply know that all of this, all right, is a fake breakout. It's a fake breakout, and so price is back into the channel, and we should be comfortable searching for more opportunities to the downside given that fake breakout. So for now we are still watching. We have this on our radar. We didn't find any opportunity. Okay, I think we went short but closed that out with small profit, but now we have not seen any opportunity. Price is still sitting up there, and we are watching in real time to see what we will get, and if we find any valid entry, of course we will take the trade. All right, let's review the euro against the American dollar. We had done this last week, and in fact we were looking for opportunities to go long in the euro against the American dollar, but we didn't find that entry. Okay, this was our analysis where we were talking about a flat top triangle, right? If you remember, we were talking about a flat top triangle, and we're actually looking for price to bounce all the way from there to the upside. But we didn't get the bounce. What happened? Rather, price broke through. You can see that massive breakout candle. You can see that breakout candle right there. Price broke back into this range. All right. So it is now a mixed price behavior, but price is still sitting just above that level of support. So it is not wise, right, to go short, and it is also not wise to go long. So at this point in time, we are still watching the euro against the American dollar to see what is going to happen within this area for us to decide on what to trade. So for now we are flat. We didn't take any trade, we didn't lose, we didn't make money from it. Price has just been there. All right, so we are watching. I just wanted to show you what actually happened, and of course our course of action last week. In fact, at some point I had to tell all members in our Telegram channel not to go long at that particular area yet, because we had not found any valid entry. I'm sure that instruction saved most of those traders that wanted to go long, but trust me, a good number of traders would have been cut off. They would have been hit as they blindly went long from that area, believing that price will push to the upside. All right, so let's now look into some fresh pairs. Let's now see the directional bias for some fresh pairs. Here, I'm really not going to waste too much time. On the Australian dollar against Japanese yen, throughout last week, we have been all over the Japanese yen pairs. And we have been making statements that the Japanese yen will be gaining some strength. And Friday, we saw that push to the downside in the Australian dollar against Japanese yen. We expect more downside in this pair, all right? We expect price to cruise more to the downside, and so we'll be waiting for more valid opportunities. In fact, at this particular area, that level that was broken, let me keep a level there. I want to keep a red line. Okay, that area that has been broken, we want to see some form of a pullback. All right, we want to see price make a pullback to that point for us to hit on our sell button once we get a valid entry. That level now was broken, and the breakout candle is solid. We are happy about that, so we'll keep searching for trading opportunities in that direction. Remember, we got a trend line to the upside. That trend line got broken. You can see that bounce, this one here and this one here, and again that is the solid breakout candle. We got some sideways price behavior, but last week Friday we now got that again, another solid breakout candle. So we'll be happy to look for more opportunities to go long, to go short in the Australian dollar against Japanese yen. Again, this is not a call, this is not a signal for you to hit on your sell button. All right, if you want to know our exact entry, stop loss, profit target, please, you need to join the VIP channel where we trade live, showing all members when we are taking the entry and how we manage to trade. All right, so we have the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen. This is another one that we'll be following very closely. All right, CHFJPY. All right, Swiss franc against Japanese yen. We'll be following this pair very closely. We are ultimately bearish in this pair. We are searching for only short opportunities. From our analysis, this pair is likely going to come back to somewhere around in here. Okay, let me just we're expecting price to keep pushing down until somewhere around in here is hit. Okay, so CHF against the Japanese yen again. All right, we are absolutely bearish. We are absolutely bearish. Okay, so for our trading room members, of course, if we find the entry, we will let you know. Again, this is not a call for you to go short. The entry can be somewhere in here, it can be somewhere here, it can be somewhere on here, it can even be somewhere here. All right, you need to be with us for us to be able to tell you where exactly we are taking the entry. The best information we can tell you at this point, because the entry has not presented itself, is that we are bearish and we'll be searching for only short opportunities in the Swiss franc against Japanese yen. All right, so that will be all for now. Well, for those of you who are with us, just keep sticking around, and I'm sure you will enjoy this partnership. Thanks for watching till the end. I wish you a profitable trading week ahead. Bye bye.